What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video, and today I'm coming at you with an insane story about a Minecraft kid that was sent in to me by a subscriber. I know you guys love these type of videos, so I figured I would share it with y'all. And yeah, it should be a good one. So without further ado, let's get right into it and hope that none of you guys are as cringe as this dude. Alright, so obviously whenever there's a good Minecraft kid story sent in to me, I take interest. You know, they tend to do pretty well. So when this one was sent in to me, I definitely was paying attention. Basically, you know, everybody has, at least I did, hopefully you guys can relate to this, when you were growing up, like a kid in your neighborhood who was just a little bit weird, a little bit out there. You know, there's a lot of kids that live in your neighborhood, but everybody knows that there's the one that like collects lizard pelts, you know? Just a little off. Regardless, I guess the person who sent this in to me had one of those in the neighborhood that was a little bit of a Minecraft kid. And this past weekend, he had been outside hanging out with some of the other kids in the neighborhood, and they had just been playing some two-hand touch football out in the street. Overall, a relatively normal activity, you know, not much going on, not video game related at all, and you would think it would be hard to assume that a bunch of kids playing two-hand touch football in the street were like challenging you. Regardless, the house that they were playing in front of just happened to be a few houses down from one of the kids, the Minecraft kid, who didn't come outside a lot. And he was just kind of the definition of an iPad kid, you know, just kind of glued to it, literally talked in like let's play quotes. He didn't actually know any English that wasn't related to that. And on top of that, like everything he touched, he just left that iPad goop residue on, you know, which is just the absolute worst, dude. Listen, obviously I'm a fan of YouTube, but we all know the iPad kids that have literally just been like raised by the internet, you know, and dude, there's just something so gross about somebody like that leaves trails of the stuff that they've touched around. Like, you know what I'm talking about, iPad goop. Like when somebody touches something and then there's just a sticky handprint of whatever they just grabbed, and you're like, how are you just carrying this much grossness with you at all times? Regardless, that was the vibe. And they were playing football, and they realized that he had come outside and was just kind of sitting on the front porch, like watching them play football kind of creepily. And obviously everybody knew that this dude was a little bit of an iPad kid, and they were sort of weirded out, but they didn't want to be mean. They didn't want to make him feel left out. Like, nobody wants to go out of their way to make somebody feel bad. So they decided to ask him, like, hey, do you want to play, you know? Obviously, they figured that he might not because he's just an iPad kid. But they figured if they offer, that way they could say they tried, and, you know, they didn't want him to feel left out and just feel like he had to sit there and watch them if he wanted to be involved. So they nicely ask if he wants to play, and the kid's reaction is to kind of, like, sneer at them a little bit, like, give him a dirty look, and he's like, you guys think that I want to play football? Are you kidding me? Play football with you guys? And they're like, well, you don't have to, you know, that was kind of rude. We were just asking if you wanted to play, but you can say no thanks. And he's like, well, in that case, no thanks. I prefer tests of brain power, you know, games that actually challenge your cerebral cortex, like Minecraft, you know? And they're like, okay, man, cool. Honestly, you could have just said no. Like, you didn't have to add a reason, you know? You could have just said, no, I don't feel like playing football. And on top of that, I feel like adding, I like games that take brains is just unnecessarily calling them stupid, bro. Like, they're just trying to be nice. And I think the cringiest part is pretending that, like, Minecraft is some game that tests your strategy and, like, really keeps your brain sharp. Listen, I play Minecraft, but I'm not out here pretending that playing it's raising my IQ. I'm not saying you could play Minecraft without a brain. I don't think there's much you could do without a brain, to be honest. I'm just saying it's not like the #1 big cerebral 500 IQ game that comes to brain, whatever. I apparently am too stupid. Comes to my mind when I'm thinking about brain games, you know? Like, that's just not what I'm thinking about. Like, in my mind, if somebody's like, oh, no, I've mastered the game of chess, I've become a grandmaster, that's when I would assume that they're like, I don't prefer silly little games, I'll play chess. I would say Minecraft takes about as much brain power as, like, any other casual video game where you don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. No offense, Minecraft players, you know, I'm not saying you're dumb, I'm just saying, like, Call of Duty doesn't take a whole lot of brain power either. Skate 3 isn't like I'm stressing my brain out. I don't feel like it would be a very relaxing experience if every time I played Skate 3, whatever, I like felt my bones breaking every time I fell. No, thank you. Sometimes video games are supposed to be brainless. I know someone's in the comments like writing a 50-page essay about how much strategy goes into a Minecraft game. Listen, I'm sure that there's plenty of ways you can take it seriously and apply strategy, but you know, it's not a brain game. The same way Call of Duty isn't like training your brain. Could you imagine? Yeah, I don't really need school. I play play a lot of Battlefield, so my education's kind of covered. Calling any, like, casual game a brain game to me is just insanely cringe. Even brain games themselves, bro. Like, what was that one from the Nintendo DS? Anyways, whatever, I'm getting off topic. They're like, all right, man, whatever floats your boat. You go ahead and play Minecraft then and have yourself an amazing time, you know, if you don't want to play, that's cool. And he's like, you know I could destroy you in football, right? Like, if I wanted to. Like, if I really felt like just destroying you, I could. But, you know, I just don't want to. And they're all like, all right, man, cool, you know, rolling their eyes a little bit. And he's like, no, I really could. Like, trust me, I've played enough Minecraft to know that I could destroy you at football. And at that point, everybody's kind of curious to hear how these are connected at all. Like, obviously, they're a little annoyed, but they're just gonna play along because it's so weird. Nobody knows why he's acting like this, why he's being so aggro, so they're just like, what? So they ask how he knows he can destroy him at football, and he's like, well, obviously, football's a stupid little game that doesn't take much brain power. And he pushes up his anime, like, glasses all anime style, you know? And he says, Minecraft, as you know, takes a lot of brain power, and the amount of Minecraft that I've played has shown me how to strategize not only in Minecraft, but in basically every game ever. So even though football's stupid and doesn't take a lot of brain power, I feel like my Minecraft experience is going to allow me to run circles around you guys if I feel like it. And everyone is standing around kind of like, alright bro, not really sure how football and Minecraft are related in strategy. Like, these two things seem very far apart, but whatever. And so they kind of challenge him and they're like, all right, well then you pick a team, and if your team beats us, then we'll shut up, and obviously you're just the smartest person ever. And he's like, fine, I agree to your challenge, which is obviously the wrong move, dude. I'm sorry. Even if you're cracked at Minecraft, #1 Bed Wars player in the universe, it just has nothing in common with American football in the slightest. Like, these two games could not be more unrelated in terms of strategy and what you're supposed to do. And I'm not even trying to say that everyone that plays Minecraft isn't athletic, dude. Like, if you played a lot of Madden, you could probably understand, like, the strategy side of football a little bit. Even that's a big stretch, but, like, at least those two things are closely related. Minecraft has nothing to do with sports, dude. Like, imagine somebody saying, hey, man, trust me, I'm pretty good at tennis. I've played a lot of Minecraft. You'd be like, what does that have to do with anything? Even then, Minecraft's not a very strategic game. Like, call me nuts. I just don't throw it in the strategy games category. I just feel like I've never had to, like, insanely strategize while playing Minecraft, you know? I've never had to just really be like, if I go down this left tunnel, will I die or make it? Like, it's kind of okay, it's Minecraft. Regardless, he accepts their challenge and says it's gonna be their funeral, you know, and he ends up picking his team. And when you're playing, like, in the street football, you tend to do a throw-off, so they do the throw-off, and they're doing two-hand touch, like, for the throw-off. And the Minecraft kid is like, wait a second, what's going on here? And if you've never played football in the street, you know, the general rule of thumb is that two-hand touch is preferred. I mean, you could play tackle if you want, but, you know, no one's wearing pads. You're getting tackled onto the hard asphalt. It just takes one person laying you out, you cracking your head open for that to not be very fun. So for the most part, they would just play two-hand touch because most of them played tackle football, like, in a league and just didn't really need it. And they weren't trying to get seriously injured. But of course, Minecraft kid didn't like that. No, none of that. If we're gonna play, then we're gonna play tackle. And obviously, you know, everyone's like, are you sure? The subscriber who sent this to me is literally like, dude, I'm not sure that you want to do that, you know? And the Minecraft kid is like, what are you, afraid? Are you afraid of me, you coward? And he's like, no, I'm not afraid of you. And he kind of lists the same things I just did about how, like, we're not on grass, so if you get tackled, it's really gonna hurt, you know? All of us play tackle football. You do not. I don't know if that's what you want to do. And he's like, I'm not afraid of anything. And listen, man, it's not that you're, like, a coward for realizing that everyone around you actually plays football and knew how to tackle each other and lay each other out, and you don't, so you don't want to be involved in that. Like, they're not going to be knocking each other out. They don't want to get hurt. That being said, you have no experience, so you're probably going to be on the losing end of a lot of it. But whatever, he kept insisting that they play tackle, calling them cowards, saying they were wimps. So finally, they're like, okay, I guess we'll play tackle, you know? So they go back to playing football, and the subscriber snaps the ball, and they were playing with, like, a 3 Mississippi rush rule, which, for those of you that don't know, basically means that, like, the Minecraft kid had to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then he could run and try to tackle the quarterback, which is the subscriber with the ball, right? So whatever, the first play, he gets it, and before the kid can count down, he throws the ball out there before the Minecraft kid gets a chance to tackle him, and he starts trash talking him. You're so lucky you got rid of the ball, dude. I would have destroyed you if you gave me the chance to it. You're seriously so lucky, man. You would have been leaving here, like, in a stretcher. And the subscriber just can't believe how much crap this dude's talking because he's never played football. And here he is being like, you should be afraid of me because I'm going to break your kneecaps. What is this, a mafia movie, dude? It's just like kind of a little bit much. But whatever, he's just kind of like biting his tongue because he's not trying to be mean, you know? And so they go back, and the next play, the same thing happens. And the Minecraft kid is trash talking more now about how like he must be afraid of him because he keeps trying to throw the ball out early. And the subscriber is getting annoyed. He's like, dude, this guy thinks he's so tough, and we're trying to avoid hurting him. And the Minecraft kid says something about how like, oh, you're afraid of me? And so he tells him, dude, you do realize nobody here is hitting you because like we don't want to hurt you, right? Like the only reason you haven't been laid out is because we feel bad. And the Minecraft kid does not like that. And he's like, don't take it easy on me. I can handle it. I'm not as much of a little baby as the rest of you, you know? And the subscriber cuts him off and is like, it's for your own good. We don't want to hurt you. And the Minecraft kid is like, shut up or I'm gonna, you know, and do some not nice things to the subscriber's mom. And at that point, the subscriber's like, all right, I've tried. You're gonna start insulting my mom, like just going really out of pocket. All right, dude, fine. You want to play tackle and you want us to try? Then by all means, you've been begging for it. Like they've given him chance after chance to not do this. So whatever, they go back to playing football and he hikes the ball and he purposely waits the amount of time he needs to for the Minecraft kid to be able to run over and try to tackle him, right? So the Minecraft kid starts to rush him, and like I said, the subscriber has played football before, so he's not necessarily super afraid of this kid with no experience coming at him. And so he decides to just like run over the Minecraft kid. For those of you that haven't played football, it's just called trucking somebody. You just kind of drop your shoulder and just run through them. So he starts to run towards the Minecraft kid who's like dropping into position to tackle him. And he does what you do in this situation when you're playing tackle football, and he just kind of drops his shoulder and runs over him and literally runs through him, goes down the field and scores. And so everybody on the Minecraft kid's team had been chasing him downfield to try to prevent him from scoring. You know, his team is like down here cheering with him because he just scored. And that's when they realize the Minecraft kid is still where he had gotten trucked earlier, and he's just kind of sitting there. And everybody's like, ah, crap, and starts to go over there knowing something's about to go out of control. You're not really sure what it is, but you just know that like Minecraft kid just got ran over, hasn't moved, and is now kind of like, they can't tell, but it sounds like he's crying. So they go back, and the Minecraft kid is now sitting up, like legs still outstretched, crying his eyes out, and he just starts yelling at them like, what was that, man? That's against the rules of football. You can't do that. And everyone's kind of like, you can't do what? What did he do? Like, did he grab your hair? Did he punch you? Like, what did he do? And the Minecraft kid is like, you guys didn't see that? And everyone's like, no, what? What did he do? And they're like, he dropped his shoulder and ran into me when I was trying to tackle him. Like, what was that, dude? That's against the rules. And everyone's just kind of standing there like, yeah, because it's not against the rules, and you were the person that demanded we play tackle. That's something people do in tackle football. You were trying to tackle him, you said that. What did you expect him to do? Just like sit there and let you attack him and tackle him? And the Minecraft kid's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. The defense is supposed to do the tackling, and you're supposed to like let me hit you. And the subscriber is like, yeah, no, that's not how this works. Which surprises me, the Minecraft kid thought it worked this way. You know, you would think the absolute master of strategy and football plays had, figured out this game by now and would have realized that's what was going to happen if that's what he did. Who would have thought in any situation that like there was rules of the game that said you're allowed to go tackle them and they can't do anything about it? I just don't think that's how competition works. I feel like most of the time, if you're allowed to go like attack someone in a game, they're allowed to defend themselves in the game. You know, I'm not a master strategist or anything, but I could probably tell you there's a good chance when you start playing tackle football that somebody's probably going to like run into you or tackle you at some point. You know, it's not only the defense that's making contact. You ever seen an NFL game before? Like, there's plenty of contact to go around. There's a reason they call it, the game that gives you brain damage, because there's a lot of hitting. Like, you do a lot of colliding. Obviously, there's a good chance you're going to collide with people when you're playing it. Anyways, the Minecraft kid gets up and he's all like, well, if you guys aren't going to agree that that's against the rules, then I'll just go tell my mom. And everyone's like, all right, dude, go ahead. Like, go tell your mom. We don't really care. She's not in charge of our football game. And he's like, I'm serious. I will go tell my mom. Like, here's your chance. You can make me not do it if you just agree it was against the rules. And they're like, it's not yeah, against the rules in tackle football, dude. I guess you gotta go tell your mom. You do what you gotta do. And so he storms off all angrily. You know, they see him slam the door while he's screaming, Mom. And they're all standing here kind of talking about what went down. And they're just more confused than anything because they're like, he was the person that demanded that we play full contact tackle football. If you know that you're not in a situation where you're going to be able to take any impact whatsoever, why would you choose to play tackle football if everybody else was cool with not tackling each other? You know, like everybody else was literally trying to play two-hand touch. He demands they make contact and then cries and goes and tells his mom. Regardless, they kind of start playing the game again, and then his mom comes outside without him though and kind of walks up to them very, very calmly. And they're not running away or anything because they didn't do anything wrong. They just kind of expected his mom to come out guns blazing because like that's just what they expected. If he had gone in there saying that they hit me and blah 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 blah, you know, they expected her to come out there and be like, what were you guys doing playing tackle football? Are you guys insane? But anyways, she walks up to him very calmly and she just asks him straight up, all right guys, you know, can you just tell me what happened? Because my son's telling me that like there was some craziness and you guys hit him or whatever. And they're like, he had come outside and was watching us play football and we had noticed him that playing football, so we asked if he wanted to play and he said it was stupid but he could destroy us. So we were like, all right dude, whatever, you can play with us still. So we started playing and then he demanded we play tackle football. So as we were playing tackle football, obviously somebody kind of shouldered him. It wasn't, you know, malicious, we're just playing tackle football, so he got hurt. And the mom's like, well, he had told me that you guys had just decided to tackle him for watching you, but I figured something about that story didn't make sense because she had walked outside and nobody had like ran away. So she's like, obviously if you guys were just out here tackling people for watching, you probably would have been a little afraid when an adult came out. So, you know, I get it. I understand that probably nothing happened. And they're like, yeah, that's just, you know, we didn't attack him for no reason. He just asked us to play tackle football and then got mad we tackled him. They're like, we don't even really like to play tackle football. And the mom says, yeah, I know, because when she would drive home, she would like see them outside sometimes and notice that they never played tackle. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to get hurt. Two-hand touch is usually what we do. And she's like, ugh, I'm so sorry about that. You know, I finally told him to get off his iPad and go outside. And he came in an hour later saying that like everyone in the neighborhood was tackling him for trying to watch them play football. And so I assumed something would happen, but I'm sorry. And they start to apologize. They're like, our goal was not to make him feel like no one likes him. We don't even know him very well. Like, we don't really know the dude that well. We were just trying to play with him and he demanded we play tackle football. Like, we knew as soon as it became tackle, somebody was probably going to get hurt at the end, but we just didn't assume it was going to happen so quickly or be the new guy. And at that point, the mom's like, all right, I get it. You know, thank you for being cool about it. But she does something a little bit unexpected. She starts kind of like low-key roasting him to everybody playing football, which is not cool. Like, this was not a swagtastic move. Well, like I said, his mom low-key roasts him and she's like, I would never say this to him, but it's probably good for him that he got like shouldered in the face, you know? He thinks Minecraft somehow makes him an expert and everything, so I feel like a little bit of adversity in life might not be the worst thing for him. And they're just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, they don't really know what to say to that because this lady's just kind of roasting her kid now. And then she just starts this rant about how her and her husband are both engineers, which, you know, hey, way smarter than I'll ever be, both of them, dude. I don't understand math and all that stuff. Engineers be out there like engineering. That's how stupid I am, man. Regardless, she starts to like say that her kid will lecture her and her husband about building materials and the way that stuff works in engineering because of stuff that he's built in Minecraft, and it drives them insane. Which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why she was telling this to them at all. It just seems like it should have nothing to do with them, but regardless, that is absolutely hilarious. Like, imagining using Minecraft to argue with engineers. Like, Minecraft has no physics, dude. Water can just be falling from the sky forever while sitting on top of one block. You know, there's no gravity. I think your mom, who's an engineer, knows a little bit more about building than you do. She like engineers things. Like I said, I don't really know what they do, you know, but I'm gonna assume that they have way more knowledge on how stuff works than like just Minecraft would teach you. At least I hope so, because, you know, that's what the whole college thing's supposed to be for. Could you imagine if it's the other way around and just like playing Minecraft for a month, you're better than an engineer? Could you imagine that, dude? Hey, you thought student loans were a scam already. Just wait till you find out you can't compete with little Timmy the Minecraft pro who just spent a bunch of time learning how to build mansions or whatever. Seriously, dude, I bet you that would drive me insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I think everybody gets driven a little bit crazy by their family, but like having a doctorate degree and just having a cousin who just constantly tells you that you know nothing, like, oh, bro, that would have to drive you absolutely insane. Regardless, you know, she just kind of goes on this rant and she finishes finishes up, and all the guys who were playing football are just kind of sitting there listening to this, like, all right, well, this is more than I ever really wanted or needed to know about any of this situation, but thanks for giving me the fill-in on the family drama, I guess. You know, now we know that Minecraft Kid is just straight up in there lecturing his parents about the absurdity of their engineering dreams. But she finally wraps it up and she's like, all right, well, thank you for trying to play with him. I do appreciate it. I apologize for his behavior. You know, thank you for trying to be nice to him. And she walks away. And they're like, all right, well, that was bizarre. But at least now we know that, like, if Minecraft Kid's ever outside watching us play anything, that, like, chances are he's just gotten kicked off his iPad for a bit. And we know not to invite him to come play with us because, you know, he'll go nuts, run inside, tell his mom, and then his mom will come out and, like, tell us the family drama for the next 15 minutes. I guess maybe that would be fun if you're looking for a soap opera vibe, you know, come for the two-hand touch football, stay for the story time. His mom's out there just like, and then on this day, he did this. Regardless, they're kind of like, all right, well, let's get back to playing football because that's what we were originally playing, and now we actually can without it being turned into a gladiator sport with some Minecraft kid in a creeper shirt chanting us on like, knock him out, knock him out. So whatever, they go back to playing the game, expecting it to be pretty chill, except like 10 minutes into their game, they start hearing music with where it seems like it's coming from the Minecraft kid's house. So they turn and look up, and they see that he's like playing music towards them out of their window, you know, with a speaker, and just like overall trying to be intimidating, I guess. I don't really know. Like maybe he read somewhere that sometimes we do psychological warfare and play like I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world outside of buildings under siege 24 hours a day. You know, I'm blue dabu debu doo da on a 48-hour loop while you're inside a building under siege would make you go nuts. But regardless, they all look up at him, and when they look up at him, he goes, this next song is what I think about you guys, and he starts to play a song. But the only problem is he starts to play a Minecraft parody, which, you know, this is already cringe enough because you're trying to like intimidate somebody while playing a song on a speaker. But on top of it, man, you just can't be rolling around trying to intimidate anyone by like playing Minecraft parodies really loud, unless you are just trying to get them to go inside, you know. Like, listen, you already took an L for running to your room after trying to taunt everybody into playing tackle football and crying. But now you're gonna take a double L because you're sitting in your window like, this is gonna show him not to mess with me, you know, creeper. Aw, man. Like, it's just, I can't imagine how that would be very intimidating to literally everybody, or anyone at all. If you get intimidated by Minecraft parodies, I've got a pretty good feeling that, like, a cardboard cutout could convince you to give over your wallet to it, dude. You could get mugged by a cutout of, like, an athlete. Anyways, it went about as well as you would expect. Everybody that was playing the game and still down there watching it literally turned and just started laughing at him. And they weren't trying to be mean to make him feel bad, but, like, that's just your natural reaction to somebody being like, hey, guys, this is what I think about you, and then like playing a Minecraft parody, you know. But as he is realizing everyone's laughing at him, he slams the window. As he's slamming it, you know, he's like, you guys suck, one last time, which sure, I mean, they might suck, but it doesn't change the fact that trying to intimidate someone with Minecraft parodies is cringe. And listen, they didn't proceed to give him crap for it. It's not like every time they saw him after that, they would be like, you're the Minecraft kid, because they didn't even want to have a problem with him. Like, they invited him to play with them. It wasn't like they were trying to be mean, but it was just overall a very bizarre experience because he had just decided to talk so much crap to them about how he was going to destroy them and everything, and then like cried and tried to play Captain Sparkles songs to make him angry. You know, no disrespect to Captain Sparkles, the parodies do go hard. They're just not battle music, you know? It's just not war music, baby. Regardless, I'm going to give them kudos for not making fun of him for doing that every time they saw him. Dude, I'm sorry. I feel like that would have been hard to hold back on when I was younger and more immature. Like, if somebody tried to intimidate me with the Minecraft song every time I saw them, I just have to start singing it. That's not good, and they're way more mature than me, and that's the right way to handle things, is this way. But I don't know, dude, it's just so funny thinking about somebody being like, next time you see me, bro, this is what you're gonna get. Creeper. Aw, man. Like, so we back in the mine. Oh, are we, dude? Oh, man, I didn't realize that you're about to take me to a mine shaft. I deeply apologize for trying to play tackle football. Regardless, I just thought this story time would be entertaining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That's gonna do it, though. If you really did enjoy, I'd appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, and of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on those notifications. This is a longer video, so if you could do me a favor and comment the word, I don't know, Minecraft down below, I'd really appreciate it. It just helps the video hit recommended, and I'd appreciate it. Other than that, you can check out the intro song down below, along with the link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, or, of course, you could use code SCRUBBY at the G Fuel checkout. Great way to get a discount on G Fuel. Two more things I gotta plug real quick. I do put some of my story times up on Spotify a little after they're posted here, so if you want to check that out, listen without gameplay, whatever floats your boat, that link's gonna be in the top of the description. And I've also got merch, which can be yours by checking out the link in the bottom of the description. It is the coolest merch to ever exist, so you should definitely go do that. You'll have no regrets. And yeah, on that note, guys, that'll do it. I'm gonna go play some Minecraft now. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I will see each and every single one of you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.